Alright, welcome to the video. My name is Eckogen. In this video, we'll go over the mechanics of the last boss in Naryu Sanctum Xanos on hard mode. This video is a little different from my other videos because this is not a live mechanic guide. I'm actually doing it this way because I figured, given the nature of the boss and the mechanics, it would be a lot easier to explain what he's doing and what is going on. Just because he moves so quick, so by the time if I was to do this live and explaining it, by the time by the time I've explained a move, he's already 5 steps ahead of me. So that's why I'm choosing to do this way. Hopefully, it'll help you guys and give you guys better insight on what's going on. So he has a attack rotation that he always does in the same order, and it consists of 5 attacks. So this one right here is a front, left, and right arm sweep attack. This can be blocked. So that's his first attack. The second one here is his Criss Cross attack. So he does 2 linear AoEs and they're sort of diagonal. And you avoid them by being about 3 to 4 meters away and slightly to the side of him. Alright, so attack 3 is the light circles. This attack hits 3 times, so he casts the first circle within 8 meters of him. The second one is within 8 to 14 meters. And the last one is within 8 meters. You have to iframe these. If you get hit by them, it knocks you up into the air. So that fourth attack right there, so that is his laser beam attack. So that hits the front and back. So that's where it comes out of. So you just have to be at the side to avoid that. His fifth and final attack of his attack rotation is his frontal AoE slam. This can be blocked, and this is also another time when he is CCable. So you could stun CC him here if you wanted to. Just because we don't have any darkness debuffs, you don't have to do the knockdowns yet, which I'll explain further as we go in. And then now he's just going to repeat his attack rotation. That's the swipe, his Criss Cross. Next is light circles. And he's going to do his laser beam. And then he teleports to the tank if the tank moves a bit. So now he's going to do his frontal AoE, which he just did. Alright, so after that, after he does 2 attack rotations, the third attack, what he does is there's going to be a message that says Xanos has chosen a target for sacrifice. So what happens here is that he teleports to the furthest person, which knocks back anyone at this location. So when he does this, he's going to follow up with 2 attacks. So there's going to be AoE attack. You need to party iframe this, or use personal iframes. And then next, he's going to fire projectiles. So he's going to fire 6 projectiles at you. So you have to use either Petal Storm or Divine Veil. And then he's just going to repeat this until you hit the marking phase. Alright, so now he's going to start his first marking phase. Marking phases begin at 76, 51, and 26, and then randomly afterwards that. So when you hit the health thresholds, what he does is he teleports to the middle of the room, and then he'll emit a 10-meter radius circle of light from him. So outside of that circle of light is what you call the dark zone. So anyone standing in it will be bound. So as he moves to the middle of the room, the tank needs to stay on the boss, and then the person that's going to be furthest from him will be standing within the dark zone. The person staying within the dark zone should ideally be a class that has a lot of personal iframes that are long as well. So FM is perfect for this because they can cast Divine Veil, so that will keep it from being bound, and then their Ice Dragon, which also keeps it from being bound. Everyone else, but the tank and the person standing furthest away, needs to stand 5 to 6 meters away from the boss. So in that sweet spot of 5 to 6 meters, they will not get marked. So you can see in the middle of the room there's that squarish kind of squigglish design that goes around the boss. if you're in that area, that's the 5 to 6 meter sweet spot. So then what happens next is that there'll be discs that spawn around the room. There's 4 discs in each corner, and they'll light up in red, and they'll pretty much sort of point towards who the marker is. So because of this method, it eliminates, I guess, a lot of options of who the marker is. It'll either be the tank or the person standing in darkness, which is the furthest person. So ideally, the person standing in darkness should be the one looking for the visual cue, as they have a lot of clarity, so to say. So we need to do the knockdown. So when he gets knocked down, he'll get back up and cast that light of blinding that you see here. So just think of like Krillin's solar flare from Dragon Ball Z. So he does it every time he gets knocked down. So when he gets knocked down, do not use like cat pins or grapples or anything like that, because that will prevent him from actually doing this move. The purpose of this too is to also remove the darkness debuff that we get. So right now I have 15 stacks of it. At 25 stacks, you become immobilized for 10 seconds. For the duration of those 10 seconds, if you're hit for any kind of damage, you will instantly die. So that's why we do the knockdown at that point, to cause him to get back up and then do this flash of light. To avoid the flash of light, just make sure that your character is standing, or not standing, but facing away from him. So you want your character's back to him, so you're essentially looking at the walls of the dungeon. And then 2 circles will appear, one that's light and one that's dark. So everyone that's not a marker needs to stand in the light circle. The person that's marked needs to go in the darkness circle. Now that darkness circle, so if the incorrect person goes into the darkness circle, that will cause an enrage. If no one goes into the darkness circle, that will cause an enrage as well. Now, once the marker goes into the darkness circle, the boss is going to start using like a draining kind of attack on the marker. If you wait too long to CC the boss, that will cause an enrage. So after it says, Xanos has completed his sacrifice, you need to immediately stun the boss, so stun CC him, to prevent the enrage from happening. After that, he's going to cast a 5 burst AoE, and that pretty much ends the marking phase. So now he's just going to do his 2 attack rotations, followed by the sacrifice rotation, which is the one where he teleports to the furthest person and does those 2 attacks, until he hits the next threshold, which is 51%. So right there, that's the beginning of his attack, second attack rotation. He's going to do his Criss Cross, Circle of Lights, Laser Beam, and then the Frontal AoE. So now he's going to do the target sacrifice, so he's going to teleport to the furthest person. He's going to do 2 attacks, so the AoE attack, and then the projectiles. So don't forget that you need to use Divine Veil or Petal Storm to avoid the projectiles. And now it's going to do the second marking phase. So don't forget that the disc will go towards, or they'll point towards either the tank or the marker, or the furthest person, I mean. So the first person needs to watch out for that, for the movement of the disc. And then everyone that's not a marker needs to go into the light. Marker goes into the darkness circle. We need to stun CC him right away, and then now he's going to do his 5 AoE burst. And that ends the second marking phase. So the third marking phase will not happen until 26%, so he's going to do his 2 attack rotations again, followed by teleporting to the furthest person and do those 2 attacks there. since we hit 26%, he's automatically going to do the marking phase. So remember that if you're not wanting to mark, you have to be within 5-6 meters. Tank stays near the boss, furthest person is in the dark zone. You knock him down, face away, so you don't get hit by the light. The light cleanses your darkness buffs. Get into the light if you're not a marker. Marker goes into the darkness. Stun CC him. And then he's going to follow up with the 5 burst AoE. So after that, his attacks will kind of be a little mixed up until he's pretty much dead. So that's his arm swipes, Criss Cross attack, light circles. Next is going to be his laser beams. And then the frontal AoE attack. He teleported to the middle room, so because he was following the boss, you could CC during his frontal AoE, because that's when he is CCable, and that will cleanse your darkness debuff. So just base it on the stacks that you have. So he was going to mark again. And there we go. So that is Xanos on hard mode for Naryu Sanctum. Hopefully that helped. Thank you for watching.